What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. As many of you already know, I just came back from Too Many Games last weekend, and while I was there, I picked up some awesome games, and I realized that during my last video, which if you guys didn't check it out, make sure to go check out my little vlogging experience when I was at Too Many Games. I didn't show any of the things that I picked up, minus a couple of games. So I was gonna go through and show you guys everything that I got while I was at Too Many Games, and trust me, I got way too many games. Now I see why the convention is called that. So first things first, when the convention first opened, me and RGT85 were sitting there walking around. We were checking out all the tables and everything. And you might have already seen this in my last video if you watched it, but I ended up getting Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Castlevania Chronicles. I probably did that backwards. I don't care. But anyway, I got these two games. When I walked up to the guy at the booth, you know, obviously he had like this buy two get one free deal going on, but it was for a certain price point. So he ended up just giving me a deal on these. So he took like $20 off. So each one of these was originally priced at around like 80 bucks. So I ended up picking up both of them, and he knocked 20 bucks off. So thank you to whoever you were. I don't remember everybody's name that was at these booths or what the shop name was. So if I don't shout out your shop, I'm really sorry. Moving on, the next set of games I got at a very good price, and I'm actually very happy about it. So these were the two games that I went to Too Many Games specifically looking for these two games. I was like, you know, if I leave with just these two games, I will be okay. And I left with them. So I was actually more than okay because I left with these and a ton of other things. But the biggest games that I was really set out to get was Castlevania Dracula X and Demon's Crest. Now, these games are pretty pricey for Super Nintendo games. I think Castlevania, he had marked at $175 by itself, and Demon's Crest was marked at $90. So I ended up talking to the guy. I was like, hey, you know, if I buy both of these games, you know, since they're such a high price, do you think you could do a deal for me? He ended up giving me both of these games for $150. So like you just heard me say, he had Dracula X marked at $175. So not only did he take off money for Dracula X, but he ended up just basically giving me Demon's Crest. I don't know what the thought process on that was, but I really appreciate it. So yeah, I ended up getting two games that I really needed for my Super Nintendo collection. I am going for a full Castlevania collection. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to see right here is very Castlevania themed. So Demon's Crest is another game that I really enjoy just because it's in the same kind of lore as the Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins, that kind of stuff. So this was like a sequel to Gargoyle's Quest and Gargoyle's Quest 2. So this was the Super Nintendo version of that, and I was really excited about this because this game is really awesome. The very opening scene of this game is so cool. You basically see Firebrand chilling, and then all of a sudden this dragon pops up behind this window and looks through the window, then all of a sudden busts out of the wall and you have to run from the dragon, and after that the game gets really awesome. So if you've never played Demon's Crest and you can find this, definitely pick this up because it is an awesome game. Same with Dracula X. This game is absolutely fantastic. I really wish that this one had the 8-way whip diagonal. I don't know what you want to call it, but I wish you could do the whip like you do in Super Castlevania 4, but this game is absolutely fantastic. It is a port of the game Rondo of Blood that was on the PC Engine, I believe. So these were two games that I was highly after. So that was really cool. This next game I ended up picking up, obviously, because it's part of the Castlevania collection that I'm going for. I was actually walking the floor with Jordan Fringe. I stopped at a booth and I noticed that this guy had a complete in-box version of Castlevania 64. And what makes this so awesome to me, I don't normally care too much about boxes. I really just want the games because I like to play my games. I'm not really trying to stick this on a shelf and forget about it. But this game is absolutely awesome just for the simple fact, well, this purchase is awesome. The game is not that great, but besides the point, this game has everything in it. It has the registration card. It even has the original receipt from when the person who, originally bought this game, the original receipt is still in the box. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like a, it doesn't increase the value or anything. I'm not looking to resell this, but it's a nice little added extra. Like you see some kind of memory there that someone purchased this, and you see the date and everything. So that is really awesome. So I got a complete in-box copy of Castlevania 64. As I was continuing to walk the floor, I was like, well, I'm finding all these awesome Castlevania games. I might as well go ahead and try to pick up some of the rest of the Castlevania games that I don't have. So while I was out walking around, I ended up picking a copy of Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. I didn't want to get this complete in box. I saw a couple of complete in box versions, but this is not a game that I really care to have complete in box. The 64 Castlevania games are not all that great. If you love these games, I'm sorry, but they're really not all that great. These are not my like favorite Castlevania games. I love the 2D side-scrolling Castlevania games. When they went 3D on the 360 and PS3, I thought those were absolutely fantastic, but for the most part, any 3D Castlevania game is kind of, let's go ahead and be blunt, they're butt. So ended up getting a copy of Legacy of Darkness. I don't remember how much I paid for this one. I didn't pay too much for this. I think I probably got this for 60 bucks, which is not a bad deal. I think in box, I want to say this goes for around like 200 or more. That's the reason why I didn't want to pick that up complete in box. But another game that I did get complete in box is Castlevania Circle of the Moon for the Game Boy Advance. The box is not in the greatest condition, but I can put one of those little plastic covers around it that'll, kind of give it the appearance of being in good condition. But this one I ended up getting for like 40 bucks. Still in really, really good shape on the inside. It even still has like the little plastic piece, the little plastic sleeve. I don't know what that is, but still wrapped around the Game Boy cartridge itself. The label is in good condition. That's all I really care about. If my games have good condition labels, I am pretty much okay with that. So Castlevania Circle of the Moon. I only have to get the other Castlevania Game Boy Advance game. I actually have another pickup here, which I'll show you in a second, but Circle of the Moon, I paid 40 bucks for this. Not a bad price. Now, this next pickup was actually really cool for me because it wasn't so much about finding the game, but it was who sold it to me. Now, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the band The Acacia Strain, but Vincent from The Acacia Strain was hanging out at a table for a store called The Forgotten Freshness Classic Gaming. So I ended up going by that table and I was like, oh, whoa, you're from The Acacia Strain, man. So he kind of laughed about that a little bit, and I ended up picking up Castlevania, the classic NES game for the Game Boy Advance. This game is one of my favorites. Having it on the Game Boy Advance was absolutely fantastic too. It plays extremely, extremely well on the Game Boy Advance. Probably my favorite version of this game, just for the simple fact that it's portable. The colors are really, really nice. They pop very well. And if you play this on like a Nintendo DS Lite, this is really, really awesome because the screen, the resolution looks really, really good. This next pickup is actually not a game at all. I was actually walking around on the floor, and I am a big Crash Bandicoot fan. Obviously, you can see I've got Crash Bandicoot playing over here on the TV. And so I ended up seeing this NECA, N-E-C-A, I don't know how you pronounce that, but this Crash Bandicoot figure, which really, really looks awesome. As you can see right here, I don't know if you can get a good glimpse of that, but the figure almost looks flocked. It's so well made. So I ended up getting this, but there was a minor problem. When I got back to my room, the hotel room later that night, I ended up noticing there was a hole in the package here. So I was kind of bummed about that because I like to keep my figures in the packaging, especially when it comes in this like sealed tight packaging. Like I feel like it's just going to preserve its freshness, and maybe down the line I'll end up opening it. But a really cool thing was I didn't realize that they were in stores, so I ended up picking up a replacement at Best Buy. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the other one, or maybe I'll do a giveaway. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do that. Because I don't really care so much to have it open and sitting on a shelf, but maybe it might be cool. So I ended up getting a fresh one, not open, no hole, none of that crazy stuff. So yeah. So my last gaming pickup was pretty cool. I have not seen this game out in the wild in a very long time, and I've been looking for it complete in box, and that is Taiko Drum Master. Now, if you guys have never played this game, basically it's kind of like a DDR Hatsune Miku kind of experience, almost like a Donkey Kong Bongos game. So basically you kind of drum to the rhythm of a song. This game, you know, not the most popular thing in the world, I guess, here in America, but I really love these rhythm games. It's a really cool game, and I was really excited. I actually picked this up from Video Games New York's booth, and I live not too far away from there, so I love Video Games New York. That's where I go to get all of my fight stick buttons and joysticks and all that cool stuff. So I ended up picking that up. I was really excited about that. And the last two things that I got at the convention was this sweet RGT85 shirt. He told me it came with a chick magnet, but I don't think it's working. RGT, I want my money back. Okay? Can't believe you did me like that. I thought we were friends, man. And I got these really sweet cheapo sunglasses. They say Donkey Kong on here. I don't know if you can see that, but wait, that side says Nintendo, but this side says Donkey Kong. I don't know why they were giving these out or what, but yeah, I got a pair of Nintendo Donkey Kong weird sunglasses. So yeah, that's that. Pretty cool. But wait, there's more. So when I got back from the convention, I don't know what was wrong with me. I couldn't stop picking up Castlevania games. So some of you may know that I run a video game store, and when I got back, a few games got traded in, and I really wanted to pick them up, and it was Castlevania's double pack for the Game Boy Advance, which has a couple of different Game Boy games on there. It doesn't have the Circle of the Moon on there, but it was pretty awesome to pick that up. I ended up getting a copy of Castlevania 2, let's focus, Castlevania 2 on the NES, because I don't know, for some reason, I thought that I had all 3 NES games, but apparently I don't. I'm still in search of Castlevania 1. Pretty common, so I'm pretty sure that I'll find it eventually. Not in the biggest rush on that one. And then I got Castlevania Judgment, which I've never played before. I hear it's pretty garbage, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I will probably play this in my Wii U because I don't own a Wii anymore for some reason. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about my Castlevania collection. It's coming along. I think I'm missing maybe about 4 or 5 games. I'm missing Castlevania Legends for the Game Boy. I think I'm missing Order of Ecclesia for the DS, and maybe 1 or 2 other games. So hopefully I'll end up finding those. If you got some leads, you better let me know. Obviously, you know, I try to stay away from eBay as much as possible, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you liked my haul of crap, I don't know, whatever, drop a thumbs up on this video. Make sure to leave a comment in the section what you guys picked up at Too Many Games. If you were there, let me know what you guys collect yourselves. Like, you know, I think that I've been sitting here blabbing about my love of Castlevania and how I collect those games. So let me know what you guys collect. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you want to subscribe, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video, or maybe even live stream. See you later, guys.